So, flowing through charts, and I'm gonna just start on my forex list with British pound versus US dollar or Japanese yen. I'm sorry. Start with the daily here, and daily the last few days we've run up really strong. We closed outside of the Bollinger Bands. It's a strong sign usually for continuation, but we did just get this daily candle, 4 hours ago, strong downward candle. So to me now, since we're moving down, I'm gonna look for areas where we could bounce. So I see an obvious level here, and then from this peak here, I see that. Now I can draw these other levels. However, whoops, I pressed the wrong one. Go back, brave, boom. I was gonna say I see technically other levels here. However, to me, this is the daily. This is the beginning of an upward movement, right? Beginning of an upward movement. So that would mean to me that this is going to be the lowest level we would want to see the price go. We don't want to see it go any lower if it's going to continue higher. Now, I would suggest that we do continue higher. We just broke above this high here. So to me, this is an awesome chart if we go down to go out to the higher time frames. By the way, really quick, does anyone, let me open the chat here. I just want to make sure if you guys can hear me. If there's any trouble, if you can't hear me, would definitely like to know. I think it's flowing right now. Okay, back to it. Yeah, okay. Anyways, so it looks to me, here I went to the weekly chart. We did hit a bit of resistance, but also we broke above this, what was this resistance level, this pink trend line. You see if I zoom way out, you can see this huge trend line here on the high time frames. My chart's not loading. Oh, there we go. Got it a little bit, okay? So you can see this trend line, and we've just broken above it. So it could mean that on the higher time frames that we're ready to go much higher and ready to continue up. So I'm even going out to the yearly. If you look at the yearly chart, it looks like we're just breaking above the moving average. So to me, that means that we could go all the way up to this top Bollinger Band based off of the yearly chart. So if that is the case, oops, I want to take this arrow here, bing. Then that means that over the coming day or months, I should say, that we could just be looking for buys. And so I know it's a yearly chart, so it's way out there. But what that would mean is that over the next few weeks, months, I'm gonna be looking for buys all the way up. So now right now, of course, on this daily, we just had a downward candle, so a strong downward candle. I don't want to just jump in right now into a buy, but I could watch on the 4 hour, right, and the 1 hour even, just waiting until we start to see that support again. I wouldn't short necessarily. You could maybe catch a scalp short if you're watching it. For me, what I'm gonna do is wait to get that to get the buy. Once it comes down to one of these areas, to buy in and ride that one upwards. So nothing here at the moment. So I move on. All right, just checking in on Discord, working okay. If you guys, once again, if you can't hear me, if you could unmute or something while I'm talking, just like, yo, you're breaking up, that'd be tight. But sounds like we're flowing pretty good right now. So, ooh, I missed this there. Okay, so here on USD JPY, the price action is just very similar to what we just looked at. So that would mean that the Japanese yen is kind of performing in a very similar manner, where it was performing pretty weak, right? So the other pairs against it performing strong, and we just had this candle from yesterday. Well, today, downward candle. So we have this downward candle. We can't, jump right into a trade. But one thing that I like that is a strong pattern to pay attention to is see this previous high here. We just closed a candle body above it. So when we can close a candle body, that says not only is it where the price went, but it was where it was able to be held up above. And so even though we have moved down, that means that this resistance level is not nearly as strong as what it was over here. And so any downward movement, same thing here. I'm just going to anticipate that we come down a little lower, and I'm expecting on USD JPY this area, because this area is resistance, right? Resistance here. You can see support here. So it goes back even further. We could draw the line further. We don't need to. We have enough levels. So now we know that most likely we could be buying. Now, if you guys were paying attention, I mentioned on some charts last week when I went live with a couple people and in a random live with someone else, with Dom, I believe. I can't remember exactly when I mentioned it, but what I was mentioning was that the DXY looked like the dollar was potentially looking pretty strong. We just got a monthly close on the dollar, the dollar index chart, and it's not a strong support candle, but we were kind of showing some, it was slowing down. It looks like we're in this area where we could see support. Now, right at the moment, because we haven't started moving down too much, here's a weekly chart. Notice how we're getting all these dojis, hammer and stuff. It looks like a strong support level. Doesn't mean that it's going to move upward necessarily, but it's not something that I would want to fade. So what that means is the dollar, because it's at a support level, it could go up. And if the dollar goes up, that means any pair against the dollar is going to go down. So we would see gold potentially go down if the dollar's strong. We would see British pound, US dollar. We would see this one go down as well, right? Euro USD, USD JPY. They're all going to be affected. And so this can be a way we connect those charts. Now, cannot deny, though, back on DXY, if we see here on this weekly, we cannot deny that we made a new low, right? So if I connect the candle body specifically, we broke below that level, even though didn't close completely in this last monthly candle below that level. It did poke below, and since it poked below, that means that this level is not nearly as strong as what it was. You feel me? So what this means is that in this case, it could go a little bit sideways, but I would say honestly, it looks like it's more likely to go down some more. Like the dollar's going to lose a bit more of its value. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards after looking at some more of this price action. So in that case, we're at a support level here on the 3-month as well. Let's look at the yearly. Yeah, yearly is strong resistance. Yearly says that we're ready to come down much lower. So honestly, yeah, I would say the dollar's probably more weak. That means that gold, you can expect gold to probably go higher. I wouldn't buy at this level. We were looking at gold earlier, Anna and I. And are my cats back? Oh, nice. One of them is. Come on, Kitito. Come on. You've been out all day. We have 3 cats. They were rescued from Mexico. And 2 of them have been missing all day. Come here. You got food right here. And one just showed up. Our other cat who was here has been missing the whole time. So, okay. Anyways, let me get back to the charts. Here you go, guys. Get some food. Okay, so honestly, in gold, we can see here gold has been performing pretty decent today. Look at that daily close, strong daily close candle. So, to me, gold could definitely go higher. Looking though, we got to be really weary. If we're on the monthly chart here, we're definitely at a resistance level. Hit a strong wick there, and we just on this last monthly candle, it closed as an inverted hammer, which is a sign of reversal. So to me, I was thinking maybe we need to come down, maybe not this low, but come down a little bit more before we go higher. However, it's not guaranteed, Look at that close above. Gold could just full send, So how am I trading it? Right now, I'm not. I want to see a retest, At this point, it's looking like it wants more upside, and I can see that. And so this downward thesis may be wrong, and I'm cool with it. So in this case, I'm going to want to see some kind of retest, some strong price action to get in. Here on the 4-hour, the price action wasn't that clear to get in. We were showing support, but here on the daily as well, kind of fake out we were below the moving average, and to me it looked like it was about to go down. So, but we're not. So we'll see how that kind of plays out. Same thing here. I'm not really seeing any trades at the moment, guys and girls, except for maybe right here. Okay, right off the bat, I see that made a new high. We've come down. We've got a strong wick. Retested off that previous high. Retested off the moving average. So there's a chance that we have a trade here. We've got to look at the lower time frames and the higher time frames. See what lines up. Here in the weekly, it's not the best level to get into a buy necessarily on the weekly because we've been moving up for a while. Our favorite time to get into a trade is when it's closer to this moving average, right, on the Bollinger Bands. So the closer we can get to that, the better. Um, that's so funny. Our cat's the one that was home is like super cuddly with the one that was missing. It's awesome to have to just see. I like witnessing love. That's all. And I grew up a dog person. Didn't like cats whatsoever, and now I think cats are dope. I'll probably still never get any more animals. Like it's a lot, but yeah, cats are tight. I like dogs too, but cats are self-sufficient, which is tight. Okay. Bring it back to charts. So I will say on the weekly here, because this candle was strong, last week's weekly candle, and we came down so far in the last couple days, and we tested very close to the beginning of this candle, right? That is a strong sign of support if we move up here. And looking at the daily, it very clearly looks like we could totally bounce from here because this strong wick. So to me, this looks like a potential buy. I'm gonna look at the 4 hour. I mean, it looks okay. The 4 hour doesn't look as good as the daily. Let's see what the 12 hour looks like. Now 12 hour, see how we broke below the moving average. We've come up. We're kind of testing it, and we're not really closing above. So that makes me want to wait. Right now, it doesn't look like the best entry. 1 hour looks okay. We're above the moving average, but notice how we're testing this top band. So for me in this chart as well, it's kind of like hey, wait, says. It's like a trade could be happening, but you should wait. Yeah, monthly we're moved up pretty far close to the bands. 3 month chart looks like we could go higher for sure, like a lot higher. But I'd rather be careful. I'd rather wait. So, okay, I don't see a trade here. Going on to the next, I'm just kind of flowing through my list. Now, normally, if you got 4 or 5 charts that you're looking at, you probably just want to stick to those. And in this case, you can be done. And this, once you're good, though, you know what you're doing, you feel good, you can add more. And you're just looking for the same patterns. So, okay, it looks like there's a trade here. I drew on GBP versus Canadian dollar. And looks like I was pretty wrong. Looking at the price action, we're pretty bullish here, okay? And been moving up strong. I decided to go out to the weekly chart. Notice how we came down, bounced off the moving average, came down, bounced off the moving average, and went up. And these Bollinger Bands are spreading, so that's potentially a strong sign of continuation. We want to see some pump, though. We want to see some continuation, right? We had strong candles, but this candle, how it is, there's 2.5 days left in the weekly. If we don't start moving up, then this is a weak candle and will show reversal before we head up higher. So I'm not really seeing a trade here too. On the daily, we came up, saw resistance. Look, we got a hammer, moved down a bit. Not a good level to buy, not the price action to buy, nothing like that. Going to the 4 hour. 4 hours as well. Just chilling. Nothing really here. We closed outside of the bottom band. We're now above the moving average again, but it's looking like sideways. So I don't see a trade here. This is kind of how it was. I was really wanting to post a trade earlier, but I'm really not seeing much. Canadian dollar versus Japanese yen looks totally like it could go down more, but it's not something that I would want to short. Like, look at this 3-day candle, strong upward candle. The daily looks like it could come down a little bit more, but we're gonna get close to support, and yeah, like I wouldn't risk this. No way, Jose. 4 hours under the moving average. Yeah. 1 hour looks like it's about to go down. 1 hour could be a good short sell, honestly. It looks like it. I don't know if I'd want to risk it, though. Honestly, maybe. Let's test it out. So I'm coming out to the 4 hour. I see potential short on the 1 hour and the 15-minute. Okay, so because of that, I'm going to come out to the 4 hour and check what the next potential support level is. Pretty obvious it's here. So now I can draw. What's up, kitty? So now I can draw a potential trade, see what it looks like. So in this case, I'm going to be targeting this pink line. And I'm going to do a potential short. Target here. Stop loss above the previous high. Now, normally you would go like right above those candles, but we want to give it a little space. And it's, you know, it could be a good trade. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what the 15-minute looks like. Quick scalp, you know. And overall, in the high time frames, this is in an uptrend. So it's sometimes not the best to fade the uptrend. But honestly, this short looks pretty good. I could trade this off of the 15-minute and do really tight stop loss. Could do. Let's see about the 5-minute. Honestly, should we ask ChatGPT? Because it looks pretty good. Whoops, I went to the wrong one. Oh yeah, guys! Shout out to, I bought just because I don't get political, but I did buy in December a Donald Trump NFT because I'm like, I know I'll be able to make money. It was $100, and they're up to like 400, 500 now. I'm just kind of holding to see if it goes higher. Did it purely for profit, nothing else. Hey, ChatGPT. What do you guys think? My girlfriend and Dom, they both think that ChatGPT is a girl. But whatever. Totally random. But should I make this trade? That's all I'm gonna say. I'd be happy to help you make your decision. Oh, I'm shorting CAD JPY. Cannot provide financial advice. Okay. Give me. I'm just gonna tell her. All right. If I'm gonna tell her pick a number between 1 and 10, and if it's even, I'll take the trade. And if it's odd, I won't. Okay. This is so It sounds like gambling, but honestly, the price action just looks so good. And the 15-minute, I'm gonna it's gonna be tight stop loss. Like my loss would be so small. Like I would 100% make this trade based off of my analysis. But pick a number between 1 and 10. All right, even we're doing it, odd we're not. 7, odd we're not. Okay, so that I take that as a sign. So in this case, I would say, guys, I'm personally not going to make this trade. However, the analysis on this is really good. If you're a short-term time frame trader right now, like I would 100% would look at this and I would eye short. I just asked ChatGPT because I put a lot of energy out the last couple days, and I'm just like, you know, I just want to make sure. I don't like to, especially with trading, I know what it feels like to be in flow and to be in an awesome trading flow and feeling good. And I'll probably be back at that tomorrow or the next day, but just with moving and dealing with some other things, I've had to put a lot of energy out. So that's why I'm like, you know, okay, it looks good. It really does. The price action looks really good, but I'm going to trust the random universe, and I'm personally not going to make this trade. So just a little bit, a couple things. Why would I make it? Why does the price action look good, I'm saying? Well, because here on let's go to the hourly first. We've come down really strong, and we've kind of attempted at moving up. Here was a potential reversal candle, right? Potential reversal. And we went up a little bit and barely, like we already got an engulfing candle. We're already testing the beginning of that upward movement. So it's really not strong. And then when we go to the 15-minute, we're now below the moving average, and we keep testing it and coming down, testing it, coming down a little lower. You can also see that the bearish candles overall in this area are larger than the bullish ones. You know, it's like this one downward candle. It took 1, 2, 3, 4 upward candles to attempt overcoming, and it couldn't. And we're now below again. So I'm seeing all this price action that looks really, really good. So if I was energetically feeling like I'll be feeling tomorrow, then I'd probably jump in on this trade, honestly, if this was showing up for me now. However, I just don't feel like I'm fully in the flow right now, so that's why I'm not. But my analysis is feeling really good. Analysis can be more logical for sure. Okay, This euro odd chart looks like a short selling option or opportunity as well. What I like is we came down with this strong candle. We've come up with some strong bullish. As long as we stay below the beginning of this downward movement, we're in good hands. I love that on this 4 hour, we have 1 minute left. We came up, we attempted to kind of test this area, this resistance level, boom, and we wicked it down a little bit. Now, if I go to the hour, this is also testing the top Bollinger Band. Looks pretty good. This, honestly, with some more price action, could be a decent sell as well. The low time frames, the 15-minute doesn't look the best. Let's see the high time frame. What does the daily look like? Yeah, daily looks awesome. We resisted off that top Bollinger Band. Had what I would say is a top candle. To me, looks like we could come down totally over the coming days just to get some liquidity, maybe retest to go higher. So that looks awesome. This is the 3-day chart. The daily. Ooh. The daily looks really bullish. The daily does not look like something I would want to sell. So let's see if this price action holds. I didn't even see that. Let's look at the 12-hour versus the daily. Daily is a strong buy signal. Yeah, 12 hours, no follow-up. I would say, honestly, because of how good the daily looks, that I would just probably not want to get into a sell on this one unless it really presented itself. So let's see how it goes. If we start to break above that resistance level, then I'll hop in. The top of this candle here. Then I'll hop into a buy. I'm going to put an alert there to watch it. Otherwise, nope. Okay. I'm thinking that's pretty good. Yeah. How about you guys? You want me to go over Bitcoin or anything? Any questions? No? Okay. Cool. Well, just for fun, I'll tell you what I think about Bitcoin. Sideways. I can really tune in. Like, I think just because I've been watching it so much, like, if I know it's time to be paying attention to crypto, I know it's time to be paying attention to crypto. And right now, I'm just not feeling that. And I'm grateful that Dom is, so that can make sure that, I can focus more on Forex. However, I would say that based off of a couple charts, I'm just going to show Bitcoin and one other one, but this is a decent level of support. But this is classic crappy Bitcoin sideways price action. I call it the chop. And a lot of people get chopped up. I've been chopped up before, and I just choose not to be chopped up anymore. And so to do that, I sideline. And so when Bitcoin's going sideways, when crypto's going sideways, I trade Forex, which is perfect. That's what it's doing right now. So I'm kind of waiting for a few things. Here on a 3-day, this is a beautiful level to buy. However, I don't like how strong this current downward candle is. And honestly, let's look at the weekly. And we got a little bit of time left. Oh, nice. Our other cat came back. Come on, Tanjiro. Hey, Tanjiro, come on. I don't know if you guys watch anime, but our cats' name are Kirito and Tanjiro from some awesome animes. I only watched anime. I never watched anime my whole life until the last 3 years. Interesting. As my spiritual awakening expanded, so did my preferences for anime. There's some definite alignment there. There's some crazy shows. But anyway, beyond the point, Bitcoin is sideways. I will say, if I were to make a bet here, honestly, with this price action, it looks more like it would want to go up higher, for sure. At the same time, look at this monthly. We're right at resistance. Monthly tells me, bare minimum, it wants to come down to 24, 25K before going higher. We just got this baby spinning top, you could call it. And that's right at the resistance level of the moving average here, the 20-period moving average. Also at the resistance level of these candlesticks, the wicks I see here. So, when in doubt, zoom out. And especially in crypto, you want to look at them high time frames. So one thing I want to show you guys on the yearly. Let me really quick pull up. I know I'm shooting in Dom's territory here, but it's just good to have different viewpoints, different things to think about. Notice here, first and foremost, that we haven't had more than one on the yearly candle, more than one bearish candle in a row. So this looks beautiful for definitely for next year. Like look at here's 2017, how we came up. We have one downward candle. Tanjiro, come here, buddy. Couldn't find the food. There you go. Now I found it. So what I'm getting at is, look at though this hammer before the next candle moved up as strong as it did, and the fact that we're right at this resistance level. See on this yearly, it's awesome when you go to the high time frames. You can find your levels clearly just by looking at the ends and the beginnings of the candlesticks. So because this was the ending of this yearly candlestick, what was that in 2021, right? Gotta move it. Yeah, that's 2021. No, 2020. And this was 2021. Because this was the end and the beginning, this counts as a strong level for me. So until or unless we break and we close, I should say we close this candle body, this yearly. If we close it above 30K, then we'll definitely go higher. I just don't. I mean, I say close. We have 7 months left for the close. I think if we close a 3-month candle strong above that level, that 33K level, then we could expect to definitely go higher. However, my gut and just based off the pattern, it says kind of more down, more sideways, maybe ranging between 21,000 and 30,000. That would be the best for me up until the halving of next year, that when the Bitcoin mining, the mining reward gets split in half. So that's kind of where I'm looking at. So we'll see how it goes. We could get some upside on the way. I know Dom, I got to see who's on. It looks like Dom's on. I know Dom was getting some meme coin stuff, which was dope. So there's still some things out there. As you can see, I've gotten to some NFT stuff. I got into whitelist, 2 whitelist NFTs of this Hoopas one. I'm open. I'm open to the fact that I could lose my money. I paid $130 for each of these. But there's some things in crypto I think where we can still find some money flowing. So really quick, I'll just show you what I'm doing on crypto, and then I'm gonna call it a night. And I'm gonna have this scheduled regular live stream tomorrow in the AM when I wake up, and we can flow through charts, see if we see anything. So this is the Hoopas. This is the art. It's a good example. Let me go to the end. I like it. I think it's decent. I've seen worse. I've seen better. But they have a good community. My internet's going a little slow. So they have a really good community, really active. Their tweets get lots of views. So those are things that I want to see if I'm buying into an NFT. They sold out on their pre-sale. They just shared that pre-sale sold out today. So that means that the people initially buying in, they've sold a good amount of them. And another thing I like to see is demand, So if I'm going to get into an NFT drop, I want to see hype. I want to see people talking about it. So yeah, what I did is on Magic Eden. Magic Eden is an NFT marketplace. I went in and I found this. Now, they haven't done the full mint yet. They may release it. And the last mint, I don't know. I don't think it's going to get as big as Mad Lads, that's for sure. But these minted for about 7 Sol, which was about same price, $130, $140, and are now worth 10x that. So more than 10x that. So it's a quick $150 could have turned you into like basically what, 1,500. And I want to make sure that my mic's good. Yeah, still coming through okay. So I don't expect it to go as high as that one, but I do definitely expect a little bit. So there's this NFT I bought that gave me access to get the pre-sale for the other ones. So yeah, we're feeling good. So I have that one and a couple others. And this is just what I'm doing. And this is more gambling. I don't expect anything to happen with these, whatsoever. But if they do, I'm super stoked about it, and I'm here for it. So anyway, yeah. So if you want to check it out, Magic Eden, and look into how to use the Backpack app and the Backpack wallet. And if you want to get into NFTs, especially on Solana, I love Solana. It's like Ethereum, but way, way faster and way, way cheaper. It could be fun to just mess around. But otherwise, stay tuned. Remember that for the consistent income, forex is gonna be the best right now. And yeah, crypto is always something though to be paying attention to. So we got you covered in the Discord. All right. I'm gonna call it here. I appreciate you all, your energy, your time, your love, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.